Well, we got a lot to talk about here at the Commodity Classic Show. We are showing a brand new narrow row corn head, and this is a corn head that we build in 3 different sizes, 12 row, 16 row, and 18 row. We build it in both 20 and 22-inch row configurations, and we also offer it in both standard or chopping configurations depending on the individual producer. You know, there are a number of producers that are looking to push the envelope in terms of yield and in terms of payback. So for many producers, particularly in the northern tier states, 20 and 22-inch rows make a lot of sense for them. They can get some very good yield payback on that. So when we started with our narrow corn head project, we talked to a number of producers to find out what they're looking for, what they're trying to accomplish. So there were 5 key design criteria that we looked at when we developed this head. What producers were telling us is they want a head that picks cleaner. So we spent a lot of time on the shape of the divider, the hoods, the profiles, so that we pick clean, so that the ear is cleanly snapped off in the middle of the snapping rolls, and the stalks are processed well. They also were looking for heads that would pick faster. And especially with today's bigger combines, you've got enough power and capacity that you need a corn head to match to that. So picking faster, we spent a lot of time looking at the gear ratios of the gearboxes, the stock rolls, the stock roll diameters, gathering chain speeds to match that capacity to the combine. We also talked to a number of producers, said, you know what, there are times where I'm going to have down corn, whether it be due to wind or various growing conditions. So the ability for the corn head to be able to sweep that corn stalk in, to pick the stalk up and still capture that ear so it's not lost on the ground. So to be able to pick up down corn was a key part of it. That all leads up to the next point they were looking for, which is save more grain. Especially in today's economic environment, when a producer invests an entire year into growing a crop, his concern is, I want to put that grain in the tank and the money in my pocket. So, saving grain was a big part of it. So things from the design of the hoods, if you look at these hoods right here, these have a patented corn louver. Those louvers help funnel ears and even loose kernels into the ear channel, and you can save more grain. Things like how we seal the hoods so that we don't have loose kernels being swept back around and dropped onto the ground. Simple things that add up to more grain in the tank. The other thing that they were looking for was a head that was lighter in weight. You start to add up an 18-row corn head, and that's a pretty heavy hitter. So as an example, we started with a clean sheet of paper with this corn head, designed all new row units, frames, everything about it is new, but we focused on how can we design a robust row unit that is lighter in weight. And so we were able to take out 100 pounds out of each row unit. So when you think about that, it may not sound like much until you multiply that times 18, and then you add some of the other elements of the corn head, and we were able to take over 2,000 pounds out of the weight of an 18-row corn head. And that makes all the difference in the world for that producer when he's going into the field and he's trying to float over soft, muddy fields, or he can't get into the field because it's too wet. And so we have better flotation, less compaction, and better harvestability.